It's a woman's stairway, lovingly carved from Italian marble. Its wrought iron sweeps like the curve of a lady. Its treads covered in a rich Savonnerie carpet. When her grandchildren were here, Mama made them walk on only the borders because she said she wanted to save the beautiful blue center part. It was part of her Scottish upbringing. So down they'd come, single file, trooping past the great porcelain Chinese temple vases under another of the massive Boucher tapestries. And then, in military steps, they'd come bobbing around over the head of the statue of Venus and Cupid, sculptured in 1766 by Gerard Gautier for Madame de Pompadour. It has been said that it takes a long time to bring excellence to maturity. Anna Dodge spent a lifetime doing it. The result is Rose Terrace. She was tremendously sure of herself. Once, when the workers had put up giant steel girders from the basement to the third floor, Mama came and stood out front and said they were the wrong height, and she made them tear them down and start again. Then she had a platform built to show them what she wanted. Mama's vision was not to be tampered with. Later, even the architect said she was correct. The proportions of the house are almost perfect. These massive ionic columns and the walls are made of cane stone, put up rough, and then carved and polished here by stone cutters. It's a soft stone and can only be found in one place in France. It's doubtful if you could find it today. Certain you couldn't find the artisans to carve it. If, as they say, Anna Dodge was a queen, she's in great company here. The Dowager Empress of Russia, Maria Feodorovna, Marie Antoinette, the beguiling Madame de Pompadour, and the Empress Catherine of Russia. Their ghosts are all in this house. In the center of the great hall is the table of Catherine II, and perhaps her uneasy spirit hovers here, admiring again the fabulous ormolu work of Philippe Caffieri, as she must have when it stood in her palace at St. Petersburg. And if there's a stirring of spirits, a gathering of those gallant ghosts, perhaps the small breath of Marie Antoinette blows over these magnificent monumental candelabra, as it did when they stood in the palace at Versailles. Maybe they salute Etienne Maurice Falconet, who made them so rich in surface and color, and who decorated them so sumptuously. Whispering through Rose Terrace, the royal host would surely assemble in the two hallways on either side of the great vestibule to chuckle and chortle in glee with Madame de Pompadour, when, with Louis wrapped securely around her finger, she commissioned Francois Boucher in 1748 to paint two enormous paintings for the king's birthday. Oh, how she must have laughed. They're too precious for a king. And the king himself is here, looking amused, thinking of another birthday, 1772, 2 years before his death, when Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne carved his likeness in marble. Maybe Louis smiled, knowing it would outlast the Pompadour. Yet after brick and steel and stone are gone, and flesh and blood are dust, the dream lives on. In a sense, life tends to be circular, a round trip. Anna Thompson Dodge made hers, and now these things she gathered from the far corners of the world, the rare Kangsai porcelains, the bronzes, the limited editions, the little art objects that seem to fulfill her, will start their journey back, and perhaps they'll find the love that Anna Dodge gave them. But Rose Terrace, gracious lady that she is, has been charged with enormous taxes, zoning restrictions, and high maintenance costs. She's been found guilty on all counts. Unless a sponsor can be found from among her many admirers, this great mansion, one of a kind, a work of art in its own right, will be sentenced to destruction. She'll have as final executioner a crane wielding a massive steel ball, which will pound these fine walls and Mama's dream to rubble.